Hi guys, today's November 19th, 2018, and I have quite a long message to give out today. My 9-year-old son had a dream, and he is right next to me, and he would like to tell you about what he had. This is William.
So it was right before I got on the bus. Before she called us to get on the bus or tell us to wake up. And I woke up because I had this weird dream, and it was about when my dad was working on his truck, and then somebody called somebody over, and they said if he touches metal again,
You said it was the cops, right?
yeah, and he'll get in trouble. And then he touched metal again to get it out of his way.
It was rusty.
It was rusty, yeah. And they came again, and then kids started to disappear.
Yeah. So he had a dream that it took me all day for a good interpretation of it. So okay, now I'm going to dig down into, I talked to Sister Darla, and Darla was talking to some of her friends, and we were all on the same page, and then she sent me a video with confirmation, and then just bam, 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 okay? So bear with me. The cops would represent the UN that are going to take over, okay? And the metal would represent the guns, and the money currency, New World Order system. Black means judgment. We know something is coming, and we know that the New World Order is coming as well. And it's all right, crazy about the gun situation, okay? Because I don't believe that we're going to be here to see that. The kids disappearing, we know, was a sign of the rapture. And he doesn't remember his dreams. And so I'm very blessed that he was able to. And then tonight he asked God to give him some more dreams. And he prays every night for the rapture to happen because he's ready to go too. Now, on November 16th, there was an article that was out. And I'm just going to read you a part of it that I wrote down. And then in my link description box, or my box, I'm going to send this so you guys can read it, okay? And this is pretty serious as it gets. It says, California Democrat threatens nukes if Americans don't hand over their guns. How? How they are going to do it is by an Australian-style buyback program, okay? Skips to read, okay, a piece of this article, okay? And this is what one of the reps said, to which rep Swalwell decided to reply in a not tyrannical sounding way at all, which I have zero clue what tyrannical means. And it would be a short war, my friend. The government has nukes, too many of them, but they're legit. Wow, right? I've had many dreams of nukes, okay, coming down into America. I've had dreams of guns and bloodshed and war, and we have war at our borders. You got them already that's been over the California-Mexican border, all that Texas border. They've got partial wall built up. There's just a lot to this. All right, now another thing that I received through the Spirit was Black Friday. Okay, black as in judgment, and I don't know. It just hit me in my spirit. But first, right after my son had this dream, I had to go to my booth, and I was pulling items out to sell, which is kind of funny. As I said, currency is going to be no money. There was this black guy that I happened to notice that was kind of like staring at me, and I kind of got a, not racist prejudice, nothing, but I kind of like, I felt weird, like, oh my gosh. And he was huge, like really tall, like almost 7 foot tall, like a really big guy. And I'm this tiny 5'2" lady, and I'm pulling stuff out to put in the cart, labeling it, and he comes up to me and starts leaning in the cart. I thought he was going to steal something of mine. And he goes, "Is this stuff yours?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "All of it?" And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Is this stuff for sale?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "How much for it?" I said, "Anything and everything, $1 a piece." Okay. Now, he ended up buying some stuff, and he was talking about how his wife he has living here while he stays in Chicago, which is a 2-hour drive from us. And so I was like, yeah, with all the stuff, everybody's coming here, with, they're going to try and control guns. And it was just ironic how we just started talking. And we started talking for over an hour and a half, okay, just about God and about the New World Order coming, and about um, about Jesus coming back, and about everything. And as he went to leave, okay, Mary, he goes, "What's your name?" And Mary for short, Marianne. And he goes, "My name is Adam." And I was like, whoa. And he goes, "This has been a blessing." He said, "I did not know that God was going to bless me the way that he blessed me today." And I said, "I didn't know either, but it was just awesome." Okay. So he ends up leaving, and it was like, Adam. Adam means red ground to which he came from. It means ground, and it means to be red and to make. It's also, okay, what is making? Okay, Adam was the beginning of creation, correct? So the end is from the beginning is from the end, okay? Now, with Adam, it began a new creation, new life. But through Adam's seed, okay, was sin, right? Or, yeah, because sin abound from Adam and Eve. Okay, so therefore darkness has come across and we were cursed, right? From here on out. All right, so that was a new chapter of judgment. See, and the beginning was peace, right? Peace as God ordained it. And then it was judgment. Is that not what's coming with this new world order? It's going to be peace, and then it's going to be judgment. We are at the judgment point. We've already had our mercy time during the first 3.5 years of the tribulation. We know it's going to be peaceful. It's not going to be all hellacious until the Antichrist reigns, and then bam, everything that he, said is going to be a lie. He's going to do exact opposite. So now this also goes back, and I was led to John 3:19, and it said, "And this is the condemnation, that the light has come into the world, and men loved darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil." This goes back to Adam, how free will was given, and instead of bringing honor to God, sin abound from temptation. This new world order is the evil deeds of men taking their hands and giving themselves power by making us powerless. So war rages, not only a physical war, but a spiritual war. Okay? Now, Thursday, the 22nd, we know is Thanksgiving, right? Of giving thanks. 22 means El is my father. All right. And this is going to be the time of giving thanks and feasting and eating and partying, in which could be a day that we least expect it. Now, I'm going to give you some of these numbers, these dates, okay? And I'm going to show you the significance and how this might possibly tie into this dream, okay? Friday the 23rd is Black Friday, all right? And black we know means war, judgment, war, havoc, and chaos. Black Friday is nothing but havoc and chaos. People pummeling over each other for items, things like that, okay? And 23 means my father has gathered. Wow. What has he gathered? Possibly his people. We don't know. No one knows a day or hour. We know it soon. And it means to grieve much. Now, he's going to gather, but yet to grieve? Wow. Led to Psalms 23, how we know the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in the green pastures. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For what? Thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. If that's not a powerful message, I don't know what is. Um, okay, so then it's God promises to protect us from harm, okay? Tribulation, all right? Now, Black Friday, I'm going to explain to you actually what the meaning of this is, and this is amazing, okay? It is the traditional Christmas season, right? Now, where it actually begins. Now, God tells us that the season, okay, it tells us of the season of Jesus's return, and I will give scripture into that in just a moment, okay? When you're singing, dancing, feasting, and how you pray not your flight be in the winter or on the Sabbath. I know that's talking about the tribulation, but there's double fulfillment in the Bible for everything. All right, so Black Friday originated not to apply to the holiday shopping, but a financial crisis, specifically the crash of um, the U.S. gold market. All right, now black judgment, the metal that which was touched. Okay, we know that right now. What like my husband, he junks cars, and there's a lot of people out scrapping because that's where the money is right now. Um, and so to them, that's gold. Okay. And so, anyways, the stock market or the U.S. gold market on September 24th, 1869, two notoriously ruthless Wall Street financiers, Jay Gould and Jim Fisk, worked together to buy up as much as they could of the nation's gold, hoping to drive the price sky high and sell it for astonishing profits. Okay, on that Friday in September, the conspiracy unraveled, sending the stock market into free fall and bankrupting everyone from Wall Street barons to farmers. As for the rest of the entire year, it was operating at a loss, which is considered in the red. Okay, stores would supposedly earn a profit, which actually went into black. Okay, and on that day, which was after Thanksgiving, because holiday shoppers blew so much money on discounted merchandise. Okay, that to me, I've had a ton of dreams around Black Friday and Christmas of Jesus' return. And it does say, "'Tis the season to be jolly." And it says, it's talking about Jesus's birth. It's talking about just all these songs, and what better way to have Jesus return than in the Christmas season? This is the season itself because he tells us what season to look for, what feastings to be looking for. Okay, so we've got 1869 from the year of this first crash, okay, to the year 2018, which is 149 years. We've already had the 100th year anniversary of World War I. 49 years, we know, is for the Jubilee, and that one makes it 50. So every 50 years is one Jubilee. Okay, that's adding that year. Now from 1869 to 1897, okay, what was it, 29 years, 28 years? Anyways, in 1897 is when the fig tree seed was planted. Okay, in 1917, the fig tree sprouted. 15 days later, British troops marched into Jerusalem and took the end of that year, by the end of that year, had captured the city. Okay, and then in 1923, the fig shoots appears on September 29th. And that's awesome because September 29th of 2015 was a blood moon. British mandate for Palestine came into effect, which gave Jews full legal permission to return to Israel and international legal support for a Jewish homeland. The seed was now a tree. 1947 and 48. Jews migrated to the Holy Land Emas, especially after the close of World War II. Jewish settlers budded everywhere. November 29th, 1947, the United Nations General Assembly passed Resolution 181, which formally established Jewish nation in the land. War broke out immediately between Jews and Palestinians, which culminated in the establishment of the State of Israel on May 14th, 1948, which The buds were now leaves, and this is the generation that was spoken of in Matthew 24:32 through 34. And the year 1967, the tree blossoms. The Israeli Arab neighbors again attempted to destroy the nation, and they say that Psalms 83 was a possible breakout. Now you see how this is fitting, all this in the Bible, right? The season of Christ's return, he specifically tells us, okay, that this generation shall not pass away until all these things come to pass. All right. I'm going to read, okay, Matthew 24:32 through 33. Now learn this parable from the fig tree. When its branch has already become tender and puts forth leaves, you know that summer is near. So you also, when you see all these things, know that it is near at the doors. All right. And assuredly I say to you, this generation will by no means pass away till all these things take place. The generation that which God gave us is 70 years from the decree. And then he gave an additional, 70 to 80 years. Now I'm going to explain something to you, which is more so of what I was led, but also could kind of be thinking out of the box, okay? But the Jews, we on November 29th from the decree of 1947, this year of 2018 will make it begin the 71st year. Like I said, it took 1 year for Esther for the preparation, and then from 1948 it was already 70 years. That will also make it 71 years, okay? And we know that in Daniel 9:25, and it says, this generation shall not pass away. Jews get the 70 years. Now, if we add the 7-year tribulation from, just to say, 1948 or 1947, or November 29th, excuse me, and you add the 10 years to it, that leaves you of 80. That's by strength, right? And by reason. But God says that he shall cut those days short, lest anyone shall survive. So that's 1 year left for the millennium. So that's 77. That makes it 78. 7-year tribulation, 1 year millennium. Okay, leaving a remainder of 2 years for Satan to roam the remainder of the years, and then it will be that would be the additional 2 years, okay, to equal up to the 80, unless God shortens those years. Okay, and the beginning of the trib and the new world order shall come into effect, right? And then the collapse and the gun control, but it will creep in slowly without complete force, okay? And I believe this will be sometime around Trump's 3rd year in office because of Daniel chapter 8. And that would possibly begin it because it's talking about Darius's 3rd year. His 3rd year reign, and how the Antichrist comes in, and then it's peace, and then all of a sudden he speaks pompous words, and then destruction comes, and it's talking about the full 7 years from that point, okay, from the 3rd. So if that be the case, okay, the November 27th ends the fig tree generation. November 29th latest, or around Christmas time, which is December 21st, which is the beginning of the winter solstice. So these dreams that which, this dream that which my son has had is speaking of judgment that is coming, a new world order, and we need to get our ducks in a row and get prepared, because we don't know how much we're going to see. We just know that we are going to be spared from the destruction that's coming. We know it's any moment, anytime, any day. And God gave us the season, and we are in the Christmas season. Like, we are there as of Thursday. Like, that begins it in a full month. It's actually like 40 days, actually. Yeah, it's 40 days. 25, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 32 days. Excuse me, I don't know why I got that. I was thinking, but it's 40 days till the end, 41 max. So to the end of this, from that time to the end of this year. We don't have much time left, and God's pouring his spirit out on children, so I think it's time that we start listening. So I hope this encourages someone, and Don't take my word for it. Study to find yourself approved, because he is coming back in the moment, in the twinkling of an eye. God bless y'all.